Hello, friends. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I sure did. I really enjoyed myself visiting with friends and having dinner together at the casino up in Parker. In this video, I'm going to discuss difficulties and resolutions to cooking and storing food in tiny spaces. For the RV or vanner, we have small storage areas, very little counter space, and usually smaller refrigeration than in a sticks and bricks home, and not a lot of storage room. So many nomads have no refrigerators at all, or maybe just an ice chest. When I want to cook, it can be complicated. I have to go to shopping. I have to be very organized even to do this. I need to secure everything in my van so that it won't fly around. And if I want to leave the things that are outside there in the camp area, I need to make sure a friend is around to keep an eye on it. I also need to turn off the propane, and I have to take the windshield cover off of my van. I have to make sure my steps and my lights are away from the van. You wouldn't believe how many times I've run over my step and had to replace it. I can't afford to keep doing that. Anyhow, so when I get ready to go, I need to get my water bottles ready to fill and trash ready to drop off. And I try to really make only one trip a week, so I usually go to Parker, which is about 35 miles away, to do my shopping and pick up my mail. So the thing about it is when you're living like this, you need to try to find the closest place you can where there's a larger supermarket. And the reason is that the local stores usually are small, they're more expensive, and they do have limited supplies. I wouldn't consider their meat departments usually as fresh, or their produce, and produce is really hard to find good produce these days. So I need to do some meal planning in advance. And because of the limited storage and refrigeration, I can only buy small amounts of foods like meat, produce, and dairy products. It takes time, gas, and effort to buy food, believe me. Also, stores usually sell food in larger quantities than I can use. Have you ever tried to make macaroni and cheese and try to divide it up for several meals before you cook it, dividing in thirds or quarters and then storing it just so that you wouldn't have to have too much food? Leftovers are a problem because you have to find a place in your small space containers, and hopefully you have room in the refrigerator for a few leftovers. What if you don't have a refrigerator? So these are some of the obstacles. Another thing is counter space. For food preparation, in my van, I have a small sink, no garbage disposal. I don't have a pet to eat the crumbs and leftovers. So what about the time you spend and work involved in cleaning and trimming meat and produce when you're done shopping? Water is another necessity. And quite often I have to pay for my water. I hate to waste a lot of it on cleanup. I can't lift a 5-gallon jug, and many elderly and disabled people that live like this have the same problem. So I have to use 1 or 2 gallon jugs to carry the water. Cleaning veggies and cutting and trimming meat gets my counter, floor, and me all yucky. There you go. I need to use more water for cleanup. I would rather use most of this precious commodity for inside of my body. Trash stinks in a small place. We usually don't have large trash cans outside at our homes, and we have to go somewhere to dump our trash. I took water and trash and the convenience of it all for granted when I lived in a house, and I wasted these life-sustaining resources such as water. Also, it takes a lot of time cooking food and using the fuel. I use propane stove, and so I try to not keep the stove on too long if I don't have to. I like nutritional, healthy food that tastes good, but I also want to keep my life as simple as I can. I don't want food that has a lot of unnatural stuff in it, and want to limit the GMOs and unhealthy ways it is grown, picked, and stored and brought to the store. I still want the best, fresh, and tastiest food that I can afford on a tight budget. I throw away a lot of food because I'm only one person. Cannot divide the foods up small enough for just me. I'm tired of wasting my money, energy, and resources, and being so careless about our precious environment. The answer? Freeze-dried or dehydrated foods resolve many of these problems. In another video, I will share why I decided to become a Thrive Life consultant. I just joined the Thrive Life family, and I will be selling my Thrive Life online. I'll include a link in the description below if you would like to click on it and see what Thrive Life is all about. You're welcome to do that. And you can learn pretty much what you want to know. Make sure you watch for my next videos for more information about Thrive Foods and also my life on the road. I hope you enjoyed this, and I have given you a little food for thought. If you are new to my channel, again, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Thank you for watching.